Hold on. Let that bitch breathe. And you were the driver for that day. And I used to drive around. I was working somebody's phone. I was a terrible drug dealer. I just was not like finessey. I never have a business sense. I suck at business still. Getting better, but still just not a great businessman. So I'm skirting around, driving around. And I go to Vinny's house. And stop there to smoke some blunts and just get fucked up. It's like 11:30 in the morning because that's what you do. It's like a Sunday, So I go to Vinny's house. The phone rings. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, 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 bing. Pick up the phone. Yo, what do you need? I need 50, which is an eighth. An eighth was $50. So I need a 50. So Vinny's like, stay right here. I'm going to go serve this dude in the back where he served me and countless others. He's been selling drugs in the same spot for it seemed like forever. And they were watching his house because my whole crew of people, that's what we did. We all had the same attorney. This is what we were doing. And the thing is, this life that we were living, first of all, these are white kids, by the way. So crime on a deep level is not like when people talk about black people and Latino people and crime being so aggressive. No, I've done horrible crimes with white people. These are, little white kids, suburban kids. None of us were really poor either. But anyway, so he went to go meet the guy. By this time I was already eating Percocet and Vicodin and shit. He went to go meet the guy and someone knocks on the door. So he went out. Time's passing. Someone knocks on the door. His sister opens the door because she's in the house with us. And the cops come in. Everybody on the ground. So he had a table. Those fucking tables where you eat. If you sitting on a couch, you can pop the table up. So he had one of those tables. And on that table in front of me were methadone, Percocet, every drug you could think of. Both of my phones, my own personal phone and the drug phone, shit tons of money, all of the ingredients of a full-blown prison stint, all of it together. So we start the whole long process of our arrest. And this was not this wasn't blue and white cop cars or whatever cop car your city has that you can imagine. This is Jeep Cherokees. This is Dodge Chargers. They're here for an intention. They knew to be here. They had an intention to be here. So yeah, we get in the car. First of all, getting arrested is slow. It is slow as fuck. Everything in the judicial system is hours so they're driving us around for 3 hours before we even get. I might have cried, honestly, because I'm not a gangster, so I think I might have cried. I think even tough guys cry when they get arrested too. I think everybody wants to, at least. Not everybody cries, but they want to. It sucks. So they drove us around for 3 hours, I guess, because it was they put us in a paddy wagon, so we're in this big van. Then we get to the precinct, and I'm fucking fuck, man. And here's what I tell my kids this, because my kids, they're built in Indio, where we, our other neighborhood, because I live, blah, blah, blah. Out there, they build this big jail. And it's a beautiful jail. It's why are y'all spending money on this big-ass jail? And you could spend money on the neighborhood. But I tell my kids, I say, hey, you never want to go in one of those places. Because when they close those bars and you grab them and you feel them, you can knock it out. There's no, obviously, and mommy's not going to come. Mom's not going to come to the precinct and say, hey, let my son out. They're like, I don't give a fuck. He has to go through the process now. So we were in there. We were in holding for about a day, 24 hours or 18 hours, because you lose track of time. There's no clocks and everything is long. And the paperwork takes forever. And sometimes there's a shift change. So the next, or, it's just bureaucracy. So we get to Rikers. In Rikers, we get to central bookings. They have you in one cell, but who knows how many hours? Another cell, who knows how many hours? days and days and days. So, well, hours and hours. Probably 2 days of going through cell to cell, and we finally get to we finally get to our sentencing, which is like 3 days after getting arrested. I called my mom. She knew where I was. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I was just missing for a couple days, and after days and days of waiting, we get to our sentencing, and the judge pulls out me, Vinny, and his sister. And they let his sister go because she was just in the house. And they look at me, and they look at Vinny, and they say, Vincent XYZ, what his last name is, we're remanding you to Rikers Island, $100,000 bail. And I look at him, and I'm like, yo, my lawyer was saying to me, because I got a public defender, I didn't think I needed to pay for a lawyer, because when I met with my lawyer, he was like, this isn't your house. So it's not your house, so you should be let off on technicality. The owner of the home or the person who we're investigating should be liable for this, right? So I'm like, I'm going home after all these days. Eric Reyes, boom, remanded to Rikers Island, $100,000 bail, reduced to $50,000. That feeling, bro. First of all, I'm 19. I can't even fathom $100,000, right? I don't think you could say, very few people can really picture $100,000, but when I heard that, it's like, you might as well said $1 billion. You know what I mean? You might as well have said $1 billion. But yeah, so I finally called my parents on our way to Rikers Island, because then guess what happens after this? Waiting.